episode of BxKonvos. I'm Bree.
Kasairi and BreeKay. And Jack the Ripper.
Jackie the Strippy. Or the Rippy.
Oh my lord.
We're gonna cut the
Praise
shenanigans
God.
out today.
Praise God. Jack the prayer warrior. I call myself Jack the Track.
Jack the Track. Car Jack.
Or if I'm your guys' guest in the car with the curtain low. Low Jack.
So today we're talking about rejection. Every form of it. And rejecting. So I want you guys to tell me, what do you guys want to start with? How do you say no to somebody or say no to somebody's work?
I don't want to go first.
Or do you guys want to say, how do you take it when somebody says no to you or to your work?
I said we do one way and then the other way.
Which way do you guys want to start with? Or do you guys want to, which one do you guys want to start with?
Either.
How to receive rejection or how to give it?
Let's do how to receive first.
Yeah. Let's do that first.
Okay. How do you receive rejection?
Go ahead, man. Why'd you even come up with this question in the first place?
I was just thinking about I don't know. I was thinking about a lot of different things. Hot
pocket over here.
What's hot
You
pocket?
said that like you're a hot pocket. Like you're a hot tamale.
Oh.
We hot tamale.
Ooey trophy.
You're stupid.
What?
Hot stuff.
Oh, to reject. I was like, what? We're thinking the topic. You're stupid. You're stupid. No, I was just thinking about because I've been talking to my mom about how a lot of people in music are so sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
So ridiculously sensitive. If somebody doesn't want to, if you're a producer and you send beats to this artist and they don't want any of them, you feel away. Or if you're a producer and you send something to your friend and ask them their opinion on it and they give you an opinion, you start correcting them. That to me, that's you don't take criticism well. If you're like that. And I think that you have to be able to, especially if somebody's coming from a place of trying to help you or you're asking them for their honest opinion. I feel don't ask me my opinion and then put me in a position to not be able to give you my honest opinion because you can't take it well.
Mm-hmm.
And I have several there's several people that I know that are like that I feel like I can't be honest with them. I just will give
try to give you a disclaimer when you start, or
no, they'll just send me something.
No, I'm saying after you start giving the criticism,
then they start trying to correct my criticism. You know what I mean? It was supposed to be. Oh, well, it's this kind of thing. And sometimes I don't even say things critically. I just say it straightforward, and they're already trying to correct it.
And then you just stop.
Yeah, I pretty much have just stopped. Give one word or two words, or don't respond. Because I don't know what else to do. You know what I mean? But okay, so now we're getting into giving rejection right now, not even taking it. So, how do you guys tell somebody no, I don't? If somebody sends you something, or if they ask your opinion,
how do we receive it?
No, how do we reject?
How do you reject?
I thought we were talking about receiving.
We were, but I kind of flipped. I just said I flipped it.
Oh,
What is on our side? I know. I
gotta flip my mindset for you.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
It's still flipping around.
Oh, sorry. Okay, well then talk about how you receive. Because, I don't know, I think about myself, and I was telling my twin this, I feel when it comes to my music, I've grown to, I feel I take criticism pretty well. That's how I feel compared to, the other people that I've seen. I feel because it's something personal.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel I don't take criticism well if you attack my character or things that I feel especially I feel if I feel strongly, in the opposite direction, I take it personally. If you're saying stuff about me, then I'm just dude, I'm completely not like that. But then sometimes I have to ask myself, then why does it hurt so much?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's one question that I told my mom about that too. Like, cause she's like, nobody likes criticism, and I'm like, no, it's true, but like,
There's
you have
between
to
hurt though and like pissed.
I feel like you get pissed when you're hurt.
Yeah.
Not all the time. You can get pissed without being hurt. Like someone could piss you off when they don't know what they're talking about. You get what I'm saying?
But you're still like offended though.
No, but there's sometimes when people don't know what they're talking about. It's like a critic that's given a critic, and he's used to giving exactly.
Okay,
because there are those times.
I don't take that seriously.
That's what I'm saying. There are those times where it could be like it just be so annoying though. Like you know what I mean? Especially if that person's in your life constantly and they don't know what they're talking about, it could be annoying to you. You get what I'm saying?
Name that person.
No, I'm
we
just
talking
saying.
about because we might all be thinking of the same person.
No, but do you get what I'm saying? It could be like on that level. So like I'm saying that it's not just one way. It's not nothing's ever just one way. Like received one way, and that's the only way you can receive it. So I don't think you always have to be hurt, but you could be.
I think you definitely could be. And I think as people, we don't like to admit when we're hurt. Like, my feelings are hurt. You know what I mean? Or, like, sometimes we don't even like to acknowledge it. Yeah, that's true. Some people don't. I think we don't like to admit my feelings got hurt when they said this.
Actually,
I think we don't like to admit that as people.
I think recently I've grown to the point where it doesn't, like... I've learned to try to look for learning in every single situation. So even if it... Like I said, now I've learned to learn to, like, if the critic doesn't know what the heck they're talking about, I still receive it like, okay. But I don't necessarily make that change or whatever if I don't feel like I should make it. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And vice versa. And then I learned to, like, kind of, like, filter my critiques or critics or whatever you want to call them. Mm-hmm. The ones with the sneaker board keyboards and the one just... typing away. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But anyways.
What?
The critic.
He's talking about someone, but I don't know.
No, I'm talking about, it's a joke on TV from Bill Burr. It's funny. He was talking about his critics. The ones that be on, he said they have sneaker boards all over the keyboard, all sneaker keyboards. Anyways. So I learned to filter like so like there's certain people I will take their criticism with a more open ear than I would from others. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And also like it depends also if I'm working for that person, even if I don't agree, usually I will make the change if it's for that person. You get what I mean? But if it's my personal things, I usually don't. But if it's for the person like I'm working for and I'm providing a service, then yeah, I want them to be happy with the work. And even if I don't agree with it, sure, boom. But don't blame me why it doesn't sell because I will tell you this is why it didn't sell. You know what I'm saying? As far as personal work, like I don't think you should be personal with your work, like you said. Mm-hmm. Learn to like cut that tie that separates just your work. You can create something else and you can keep creating something better. And if you think it's good, and by all means, if you think it's the best in the world, it could be the best in the world because it's a matter of someone's opinion. Mm-hmm. You get what I mean? But if it's like someone professional that knows what the heck they're doing, and they're just saying like this crap, then it's crap. Get better. You know what I mean? Like you would have to learn this, like get better. Or if you're trying to say if you know it's not crap and you're trying to change the way and they can't see it, you know sometimes okay they're just not seeing it for what it is, or sometimes I need to get better. Just learn to like adjust. Like you're not perfect, nobody's perfect, because there's probably some stuff they have that you can critique about.
That's true. Sometimes though it's hard because I think especially with art, things are subjective. So there's some people that are gonna like it and some people that aren't.
Very true.
So I think you have to kind of learn how to navigate that. And I think like for myself, like making songs as an artist and a producer, because you do question yourself. I feel like I've questioned myself a lot in the past, like I don't know, 2 years or so after overthrown Tank to after that whole process like sucked. I feel like since then I started questioning myself more than just like letting myself create freely, because I think to myself, is this gonna work here? Is this gonna do this? Are people gonna like this? And like and it just hasn't been as free. And so like I don't know, I think at some point you have to like trust yourself in certain aspects and like yes, get criticisms, but at the same time like if you don't trust the people's criticism that you're listening to or whatever, don't ask them, first of all. And second of all, just put it out and see what happens. Yeah. And if it don't work, then you need to come to terms with that yourself. This isn't working. Yeah. You know what I mean? But yeah. You shouldn't be all booty hurt and fighting with people and telling them, oh no, I don't know. Nobody wants to calm down somebody like that.
You should be like technically sound and business sound when you're like discussing that kind of stuff and not so personal. So like when you're saying like you just put it out, yeah, you could put all your stuff out and just like almost like going fishing with the shotgun, boom. And then when you wherever you see the blood, that's the pinpoint. You get what I'm saying? So you keep doing that kind of stuff until you pinpoint that actual thing. It's like that's what marketing is, but it works in like a lot of aspects. It's not just fishing. It works in a lot of aspects of how to get attention, how to get attention to your product. Because ultimately, there is some, no matter how big or small, there is some people who want your product or whatever. Mm-hmm. And you're probably going to speak in music in this term, but ultimately there is someone who wants your product. It's ultimately finding that person who wants your product. So don't be offended when this people don't want your product, because I guarantee you a very small people really saw your product. Mm-hmm. Even if it got so many likes, maybe someone not even checked it out, they just liked you, or
which is what happens
or whatever.
Probably 80% of the time. You twin? How do you take rejection and or criticism?
With a shotgun in my hand.
Real talk. But who criticizes me? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like,
do you even let anybody?
I don't think so. I feel like this is kind of like, okay, like, okay, as far as like my spoken word pieces, I'm gonna do what I want to do anyway. Like, I don't care what you say. I know that it's good. Like, I'm confident in like what God has gifted me with, that nobody can tell me nothing. At that is the level that I'm at, as far as spoken word pieces, as far as leading praise and worship, like stuff like that. Like, I know that you can grow and stuff like that, but I think that there comes a point in time where you're like, as an artist or whatever it is that you excel in, that you're gifted in, you have to be like, okay, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Like, yes, take like kind of like take whatever is needed and then not take whatever you don't need.
Right. Which is what Bob was saying, how he filters his criticism.
Yeah.
Because how do you know, I guess, when to just charge forward and just say like, no, I'm confident in this and I know this is it. Like, and then when do you like stop and be like, you know what, maybe people are right and I should change it. When it comes to art, like just the art side of things.
Practically speaking, you just try it out.
Yeah.
You have to, huh?
But lyrically, I trust you more than like anybody else. You know what I mean? Because I feel like melodies and like I feel like my strong suit is not melodies. Obviously, you get better. You got to keep doing it. You got to keep exercising that muscle and stuff like that. But you find people that are better than you at what you want to be better in, and take it to them and be like, okay, what do you think about this? Okay, you don't like it? Okay, let me go back, try it again. What do you think about it now? Okay, go back, try it again. What do you think about it now? Like, you know, it's just like like you said, trial and error type of thing. But there comes a point in time, I think, that sometimes it's like, okay, sometimes you have to be like, okay, no, I like this. And I don't care if anybody else likes it.
Things like, this is my style.
Right.
I think like that's one thing, is like having your own style as opposed to you trying to work for somebody else. Like Bug said, like if it's somebody that's paying you or they're commissioning you or whatever, they ask you to be a part of their project. Like, although yes, they should respect and appreciate your taste, and that should be, you go hear all kinds of thumps. Somebody thump. I guess when it comes to art, like there's a way that you figure out your own style, but like my brother said, like there's only certain people, and my children and I have talked about this too, like there are certain people that are going to like it, and so you're looking for them, so don't worry about the people who don't. If that's what you want to do, if you just want to create freely. But if you are trying to like make a career where somebody else invited you on their project and they're paying you for it or stuff like that, like yes, they should respect your taste and appreciate you, and that should be why they asked you to come on it, but still, like at the end of the day, like they have the executive decision, not you. So you shouldn't be all booty hurt if they tell you they want something changed. Just change it. Yeah. It's not a big deal. Yeah. Try that cool sound that you like on your own project. Yeah. There you go. Okay, so what about when it comes to relationships? Mm-hmm. When it comes to relationships, how do you take rejection if somebody don't want you?
You just move on.
You have to. What else are you going to do, right?
Exactly. I mean, sad day, but tough shit. But move on.
But that's life.
Right.
I feel like rejection is a part of life.
I was going to say the same thing, yeah. It is.
Like, I think about sometimes, like, I don't know. Like, sometimes I just think about, like if a girl tells a guy no, like, that she doesn't want to be with him, and he gets all, like, Booty heard about it. I feel like that's why she don't want to be with you, because you're that kind of person. Like, that's how I feel. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you have to be able to take rejection well. Right. Like, in life. You just have... What are you going to do when your boss tells you you're fired? Yeah. You going to fight him? I know. And go to jail? But, anyway, so...
Well, fired, that's one thing. You probably deserve to get fired or set yourself up.
If you're fighting?
Fired.
Oh. What if they laid you off or something?
Oh, laid you off, there's nothing they can do. We gonna work for free most of the time.
Or what if, like, your position was, like, temporary, could have been extended or something like that. You thought you were gonna really get it and you didn't.
That's why that's why, like, if you're gonna do your job, you need to do your job. Well, this is not even rejection, I guess. This is to avoid being rejected. In this case, do your job well and always, like, try to exceed, and don't get comfortable with it until it's, like, confirmed. Even when it's confirmed, still strive to get better in your craft. But, like, at the meantime, don't get so comfortable with it where you start, like, you know what I mean? Because there's, even if you're in a spot that's terminal, usually there's people that are, like...
temporary?
Yeah, if you're a part that's temporary. And usually there's people that have the full-time positions probably that you want. And they're, like, going to lunches for overtime and then coming back and leaving work early, coming to work late. And at first you started to do that, but then you started to roll with them, so you're like, you think you're part of the crowd and stuff like that, but you just kind of like why should we extend you? We will extend, you know what I mean? Like, we already have enough of these guys. But you get what I'm saying? So, like, you want to make sure you go over the mile. And at the same time, like, I think as, like, a service, if you're serving, even if you're employed, like, you should ask your boss, if you are afraid of getting terminated or whatever, you should ask your boss, like, am I meeting your expectations? Even if they're not telling you, like, reach out, like, am I meeting your expectations? Like, is this what you expected me? Should I be doing more? Should I be doing less? Kind of stuff, you know what I mean? And then, like, fill in the gaps right there, and like, tell them to be honest. Like, be honest. It's like, you're not feeling me, or you are feeling me, or, like, I'm on the right track, so I can keep going that marker. And they probably did get this right. Oh, this guy really, like, you know what I mean? Just based off that. So,
that's true.
Like, that's to avoid being rejected. Now, when you're rejected, when doors close all the time, so like Brenda said, rejection is just a part. It's just a part of life. It is always a part of life. You're gonna be told no. Like, it don't matter what it is. You could, like, been charged for something on your card, and you were like, "What is this?" And you go get it charged, and they're telling you, "No, we're not gonna give you your money back," and there's no way of getting your money back or whatever. But it's just like, it's a part of life. You live and you learn. Okay, then I'm not gonna put my card there. I'm not gonna try that free trial for that long. Or whatever it is,
I'm not gonna pour my heart out to this person who don't want me.
Yes, and always, like,
talk.
And then that shot.
You need, like, discernment to be for that
yeah,
to not happen.
For sure.
And you need to be discernment, and like, this is speaking from guys, like, to me, like, you shouldn't, like, throw your heart out like that. You should kind of, like, and I know it sounds cheesy, but you should play, like, hard to get. But not in that sense, like, not that lightly, or we're just playing hard to get. No, like, play smart, though. So when you play hard to get...
smart to get. That's good.
So what you do is you just act normal. That's basically it. You're just being yourself, and you're not necessarily, like, you come to a person, like, maybe this girl you're hitting on, she's probably used to a lot of guys hitting on that you want, because maybe this girl you want is used to a lot of girls hitting. It's like, oh, just another guy. But when you stand out from that, and you're like, oh, you're just normal, like, oh yeah, that's fine. You're not doing anything. Next thing you know, like, over time and time again, you come in contact with that person. Next thing you know, you might have something there. You know what I mean? To where it's like, oh, we kind of vibing a little bit differently now. But if you come out right off the bat, like, hey, I want you, and then you know what I mean? A lot of times, any respectable girl's not gonna, like, ultimately jump in your arms unless you already knew her for a long time. But any respectable girl to yourself would be like, hey, man, I just want you. Can we go out? Let's go, whatever. If she says yes, trust me, she will be gone probably in, like, a week.
Brothers, you better take notes.
And I speak this nigga for, like, every guy. It don't matter who you are. Don't put your heart up like that. Just kind of lay back, do and, like, focus on your growth as a man. Like, focus on discipline. Focus on those different things, like cleaning your house up before you start looking outside the house for someone to live in there. Clean your house up first, and, like, I guarantee you, during that process, you'll ultimately come into so-and-so, and next thing you know, you're like, oh, you're the man now you get to choose. You know what I mean? That's just my take.
I like women should take that into consideration as well. Don't be just like flinging your heart out. Girls, sometimes, you know what though, as girls and guys, sometimes y'all are so eager when you like somebody and every little thing that they do is like a yes to you, and that's not even the case.
True.
Like, you gotta slow your roll and like tell yourself they don't care nothing about me. They really don't care anything about me.
True.
They don't care anything, and like, seriously, just slow your roll, relax. Like you said, just be normal. You can get to know people platonically, and so what if they like somebody else? You're gonna move on. Like you are going to move on. So just like chill out. Just chill out, guys.
Agreed.
And if you are like looking for a significant other,
snap.
I would the quickest way to find them. To be honest, is to not look. That's the quickest
That's what
way.
people always say.
The quickest way to find them is to not look. Is to stop looking. Because when you stop looking, you focus on other things. And you focus on your craft. If anything, focus on being more like being able to talk to people better, to be able to have discussions with people better and that kind of stuff, and like openly, like with other people in like the coffee shop, say hi, smile, work on those kind of things. Guarantee you, like before you know it, it's like, what? Next thing I know, she was on my arm. We were getting married next week. Like, I don't know, something like that. But like, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't be so like looking. Cause
Next thing I know, she pregnant.
And her name is Nushka.
I said you were looking, not hooking.
Wow.
But like, cause there's like a lot of bear traps out there, and like, you hear stuff from guys like, oh man, thank God, like she didn't get it, because if I ended up with her, man, I couldn't even imagine. Or like, people that are stuck, so it's like, I'm stuck now. But you know what I mean? So it's a lot of bear traps, and same for girls. It's the same. It's the same thing. It works both ways.
It does. And I think I don't know. If somebody don't want you, they don't want you.
Real talk.
Like,
they don't have to either.
Nobody has to want you.
It.
You gotta just, like, yes, it might hurt for a little bit. Sure, go ahead and let your tears out, vent to your,
and
your
ultimately,
girls.
and ultimately, you didn't deserve for them to want
you. You didn't. And also like, or if they're mean to you, why would you want to be with somebody who's mean to you?
Girl.
Or like, why would you want to be with somebody who doesn't want you? They don't want you. And I know it's not funny, sorry, but like, I don't know, I just think sometimes like you just, and it's the same with music and same with everything else, same with wanting friends, like wanting to be friends with certain people. I think sometimes you just have to, they don't want that. Like, just move on. Right. It's okay.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with you. It's just, you're just not what they want. And that's okay. Go find somebody.
And that means that they're not what you want.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be what you want.
Because you don't want somebody that don't want you. You don't want friends that don't want you, or a job that don't want you, or like to work with people that don't want to work with you. Like, just, you just don't.
So sad, but
you gotta. It's a part of
life. Know your worth, queen. King.
Young king.
But you gotta be okay with that. Like, you have to be okay with knowing who you are and saying, you know what, it's okay.
Yeah,
they're not, they're not for me or whatever. Like, I'm not gonna fit in with this group or whatever. Like, you just gotta be okay with that and just be like,
move the hell on.
Yeah,
move the hell on.
And to be honest, like, friends, like, if you like, and I know it's gonna sound cliche again. I know it is, but it's the truth. Like, the quickest way to get friends is to be a friend.
That's true.
Is to be a friend, and like focus on that. Like, focus on being a friend. And even if they consider you not their friend, still when they reach out or whatever, be friendly.
Mm-hmm.
And I guarantee you, somewhere along the line, be like, oh, you know what? We were into this, but he's still like, he's cool. He's still cool. But don't be when you're overly like trying to be friendly and all that kind of stuff. It's like, oh, it's because you're expecting me to be a friend because you're my friend, or you consider yourself my friend. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't work that way.
That's good.
Snitches.
The next is, how do you give rejection? So how do you tell someone no?
No. Or sometimes when appropriate, hell no.
Or even more appropriate,
quit. Keep your day job. It sucks. You're worthless. I'm just kidding.
That's too much.
I was joking. Oh my god.
We don't condone that behavior.
Oh my god. Okay, so here's my thing. This is what I would say about it. I feel like when it comes to like relationship type stuff or like romantic type stuff, if you don't want to be with somebody, you say no. Like, just no, and you can leave it at that. I learned this from my twin, and I respect it. Like, I remember one time there was a guy who was, like, kind of trying to get with her and stuff, and he said, "Can I call you right now?" And all she said was no. That's all she sent back. It was no. She didn't give no excuses. She didn't give no explanation. Nothing. She just said no.
Who was it?
What was his name? Mariachi Man.
Oh.
Mariachi Man.
Oh, yeah.
That's all she said was no. And I think that, like, sometimes we feel like we have to explain ourselves and we have to give all kinds of disclaimers and we have to have a reason why we have to say no. Like, no, just no. That's it.
It's true.
So, like, especially when it comes to guys, because I feel like guys think they don't.
What I don't like is that I feel like America is such a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like you have to create a whole reasons, excuses and reasons of why it's no.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to do that. Just say no. Like, I hate that. I hate the runaround. I hate when people are not honest. Just be straightforward and I can freaking take it. But if you're like lying to me or I feel like you're lying to me, it's like there's no reason to lie.
Yeah,
there's no reason to like give me an excuse. Like, just be real with me because I've been real with you. And we move on.
Yeah.
You know? I don't like that. I don't. People get on my dang nerves. I hate that. Friends, relationships, anybody, like,
they gotta give a whole.
What for? What for?
You know what?
You're an idiot.
I'm guilty of this when it comes to like family stuff, because like sometimes, like, to be honest, like I just don't want to go.
Just say I just don't want to go.
I do now, but I used to be like, no, I have to do this. Sometimes I do have to work, but at the same time, like, if I wanted to make time to go, I could. I'm just not gonna say all that. So I'm gonna say, no, I have to do this or I have to do that, and I don't necessarily feel like going right now, or I just like I'm beat. You know what I mean? Or I can use this rest or whatever like that. But side note is, in a business world, you just gotta say flat out no.
Mm-hmm.
Like, flat out no. Like, don't waste somebody's time, because time is
exactly.
Time
don't
is
waste
money.
my time.
And like, if that service is not working out for you, like, if you say either, I'm gonna play both sides here. If you're the one hiring someone, like, just say no, it's not working, and we're gonna stop working right now. I'll pay for the time I use right now, but that's it. No more after, because I'm not satisfied. Don't feel like you have to drag it on. And even if they keep like, no, I'm gonna keep it. No, just cut it off, move on, and try someone else. And they'll find somebody else, and you'll find somebody else, and vice versa. If like the person's not working out with you, like there's some clients I've had like where I had to cut it off because like either they're taking too long, they're not serious about their stuff, or they're like waiting for me to kind of do everything to even keep moving and kind of that kind of stuff. And I'm like, I'm not gonna lead your project here because I'm not trying to do that. That takes time and it takes a lot of energy. I just want to be technical with it, execute different parts that you want me to, call it a day.
Right.
I don't really want to try to get creative. So like, in that case, Zawada. So in this case, like, it's like this case, I'd be like, oh, this is the last project we're gonna work on. After this, like, probably try to find someone else and stuff like that, or I can refer you to some of my friends or whatever if you want. Kind of stuff like that, you know what I mean? Because don't waste your time, like, do. Like, if it's not going in the direction you're trying to go, then just don't waste your time with it.
True.
And because that's how salespeople get you, to be honest. Salespeople get you on those kind of feeling stuff, like,
right.
They're trying to sell stuff, especially at the door or wipe your window or stuff
trying
like that.
Trying to make you feel guilty.
Trying
like
to make
you
feel
have
guilty.
to
You
say
know,
yeah.
the ultimate. People try to make you feel guilty, especially when it comes to like, hey man, can I borrow some money, or can I borrow this, or with the signs, like, can I have your money, like that. Like, at first I used to feel bad for every single one of them,
mm-hmm.
but now, like, as I've grown, I've learned to, like, what made me grow so much is the lady I see every day. I think I told you guys about this. She's hustling. She's old. She's like grandma's age, but she's out there with fruit and roses, not with no sign, but like selling them. So you know, she probably picked those, probably did whatever, cut them up, put in little baggies out there on the same road because she knows there's a lot of traffic right there. And I see her make sales every single day.
Mm-hmm.
But like, she's doing that, and she's just doing it on the side of the road. Sometimes it was hot, sometimes it was cold, sometimes, but she's still out there.
Right.
And she could be out there, and she's like this high. Then like not even down the road, it's the same guy. He has to be like 25 or 30. He's the same guy with a sign that says, like, I feel like just walk down that way and you can learn something from that lady. You know what I mean? Because if she can do it.
Real talk. Yeah.
I know I swayed off of rejection, but I don't even know how I got
to work ethic.
but it's something, yeah, but like, that's, I don't know. Anyway, sorry. I don't know how I got out from rejection. I can't even follow the breadcrumbs back.
Yeah, you said when you're working with people and they want to execute, or you want to just execute.
No, being guilty. Like if somebody's trying to guilt you into like continuing to work with them so that they like it just drags on. Because what's gonna happen is you're gonna end up frustrated. Yeah. They're gonna end up frustrated. You're gonna feel like you wasted your money and your time. You're not really gonna be happy. Like it's best to just cut it off. Like because I mean sooner the better. Like sure you might hurt their little feelings or whatever, but you're gonna drag it on. You're gonna be mad. Like it's just not. It's not worth it. And then like that, I think a lot of times too, what happens is people don't talk anymore. Because of stuff like that. Because they weren't just like open and honest, like, no, that wasn't my taste, you know, or whatever the case was. So
just be honest with these people. Be honest with people. That's it.
It's a no. But I did want to talk about though is like for people that are trying to learn, like I do have a couple of people that send me their beats or send me their songs for my opinion on it, and almost all of them, all the ones that send me their beats are very good with taking critique or whatever. But like in that case, I'm not just gonna say it's trash because I know that they're trying to do something with it. So like I try to be as constructive as I can with them when it comes to like I'm not just gonna say no, it's trash. Don't you know what I mean? Like go cry yourself to sleep because your dreams are never. I'm just kidding. Like that. You know what I mean? Like that's not what you do. Like
forwarding you an application to the Sizzler.
Like, actually, I already filled it out for you.
You start tomorrow.
But so in cases like that,
we'll
like
get the free dinosaur nuggets too.
Those dinosaur nuggets are good. So in cases like that, like what do you guys think about?
Sends me things, but.
Well, you have friends that ask you, what do you think about this, right? Or they'll send you their music. I know you do because
not really.
I've been there on occasions.
If they don't know me and they're just like random people sending me stuff, I won't look at it and I won't respond. If they're people that know me and they're asking my opinion, like how do I sound or how do I look or whatever, like you said, if they're really trying to grow and you know that, then you're going to give them, like, an explanation of who, what, where, when, why type of thing. Because you care. Because you know that they care. But if it's, like, bad and you don't think that what they're doing is what they're gifted with, I guess. I don't know. I don't think I ran into those. Because here's the thing, you could always get better at something if you're working at it, but there's like a limit to that. When you're gifted in something, you like, you stand out. You're like excel in that. Like you know when people are like, you know, just have it, and when people are just learned, I guess. But I don't really, I'm only thinking of one person right now. that actually, there's a lot of people that try to do things that they shouldn't be doing.
But how am I to say that?
You're not.
Right.
Well, you don't have the right necessarily, but you can save this person's time. Almost save their life. No, but you can, because you do have a responsibility. If you see it, like if I can see it clear as day, and there's sometimes I can't. Like, and sometimes I'm not the person to tell that person. Right. I'll try to maybe look for someone who is, or someone who they deem who, like, or maybe them kind of like play with their mind, not play with their mind, but like question, like, oh, why do you want to do this? You know what I mean? Like, what's the desire behind this? And that kind of stuff. Just to make money, or what? Because you're not gonna make nothing making this. No, I'm just kidding. But like, but no, but like that kind of tactic, because ultimately you do have a responsibility for people, like to try to help them navigate. We're all trying to navigate through life together, and if you see someone's head down the wrong course, ultimately it's like you gotta do your due diligence and tell them like, hey, like, but you're good at this, you know what I mean? So that probably helped. You gotta be skillful in that way too. Like be skillful. You gotta be skillful in giving like that kind of. Ultimately, that's probably like more like old people's job. Like older people's job is probably like that.
I think so.
Assign the duties right now.
Yeah. If you're young, you're kind of like, I don't know.
You still try to figure stuff out too.
Yeah. Right. But that's
I mean, I guess old people are too. Still trying to figure stuff out too, but they know more.
Trying to figure out their retirement.
Okay, trying to figure out how they go pay for this funeral.
You're dirty.
They are.
I know they do be trying to.
That's true.
Anyways,
This is bullshit. You can't even die for free.
you can't talk about this person died with this much debt and now the family. I was like, man,
You can't even die for free, man.
he's dead. Like
The death tax.
Oh wow, I know.
Uncle Sam charged you on your way in, and he charged you on your way out. Man, dude. But anyways, what was I gonna say?
You're saying it should be old people's job to kind of guide people.
Yeah,
I
feel like it's older, like people in. I'm not saying young people can't be wise, but like years experience is like something you can't teach, or something you can't learn. Like you can read in a book, maybe if you're reading a book, but like even then, like experience, on hand learning is like really good experience. So like when it's like maybe an older person that's been there before, they can kind of see it like, oh, I remember, like I know what it is you're trying to. I'm not sure that's the way because I tried that way, it didn't work. I wasted 10 years of your life. I mean, if you want to waste 10 years, feel free, then come see me. But we can work this out right now in a year. You get what I'm saying? Therefore, I say 10 years of your life, rather than you trying to save for 10 years and you find out it didn't work. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And ultimately, anything you can make work.
That's why I'm
Ultimately, anything you can make work.
You might have
It's
to work.
just you might not even be
30 times
gifted,
as hard.
but you might have to work either 20 times, 30 times as hard. But also you might have to work with others, and you might have to let others cultivate the gift because you may have the vision of it, but you just not be able to perform it. So you might have to coach it up. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So ultimately you got to find what it is that you're trying to do and the reason why. And if it is towards that way, you just don't have the gift to make it happen. You got to find others to, fill that in.
What were you saying, Twin? It wasn't. You said it's not just old people or something that should tell people.
Huh?
When he was saying old people should be the ones to tell people, you were like,
It's like our age when we tell like Liz to like really get like stay in the high school, like don't go so fast because you're gonna be like freak. They don't listen. Young kids don't listen.
Billy Madison?
Billy Madison, yeah, the Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Adam Sandler.
Oh, he's like stay,
He's like,
stay as long as you can.
He's like grabs his cheeks.
Okay, Billy, we're gonna go outside. He's like, I can't wait to go to high school.
Yeah.
He's like, stay. You ever seen it?
Squishing his face is funny.
Because he goes to high school and they're all mean. And he used to be the cool kid. And anyways.
Yeah, he's I'm just here.
back to you now, Twin.
I'm just here, guys. No, but then again, I don't know, because at the same time, it's like if you have like a great, amazing, entertaining personality, I feel like that works now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like you can do music half A, and then you have a great personality, and you're constantly posting videos like, hey, check out my music, guys, all this stuff. You're entertaining.
Yeah, that's ultimately brand, like cultivation though. Because of your brand of who you are, the crowd, they're gonna like whatever you do.
Eat it up,
like
yeah.
Kylie could post a track and drop probably tomorrow.
Exactly.
She necessarily may not have the vocals in it, but it's gonna be playing on the radio just because she's Kylie. Now
Right.
we might hear about it for a week and then later on never hear about it again.
That's true.
But for that week, it got plays.
Dang.
It's like you gotta find your niche, like what makes you tick, like that kind of stuff.
But stop singing who people.
So what? I'll tell you what though, everybody is not like I want don't I feel like
Have you
don't
ever heard like really bad singers? I mean, I know that.
Not in
Auto-Tune
person.
and Melodyne can
Fix it all up. Yeah.
fix it all up, but
I feel like don't also for people because it's like I don't maybe it's a California thing, but it is very popular to like try to be like in social media and that kind of stuff and be that person that's posting, be that person. It seems easy, but there's a technique to all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And there's a technique to doing music. There's a technique. That's why there's some people who succeed and some people who don't because there's still a technique behind it. You'd be like, why is that person? They're not even that good. Yeah, but they're that good for us. Either they put in the work for a long period of time, they got someone to play them, and they use their technique or whatever to keep going or whatever. They create a system and it end up working out for them. So you ultimately got to create your own system. But don't necessarily always think like it's an easy life because it's not an easy life, to be honest. Like a lot of people think like, I want to do that because they see it as like quick money. Oh, like, it's a quick rich game. I can't tell you how many people who have like 5 million followers plus that have no money to kick an Uber here or there from the airport. They coming in from the airport don't have no money to eat and stuff like that, but they got 5 million, they got 10 million followers because they're ultimately getting all this stuff. but they're not getting no money.
They ain't getting the contract.
But the company's getting money, but they're not getting no money.
I know.
They're getting a contract, signing their life away to a contract that they can only post certain stuff to this company with no check behind it because you're 18. You think you think you're about to make, but you don't. So like these people are playing with you. Learn. I say this with a strong hand. I'm not trying to dumb down, but people should learn like a trade. Like ultimately learn one trade and become very skillful in that trade. I don't care what it is. If it's working on computers, if it's working on this, working on that, because ultimately people need things fixed. So like learn to fix something. Hanging up a TV on a wall. If you hang up a TV, I know people that charge $600 to hang up a TV on the wall. Learn to hang up a TV on the wall. You get like maybe 10 gigs a day, 10 of those things a day. People trying to hang TVs on the wall. That's 10 times 600. That's $6,000 in your pocket from hanging a TV on the wall. Like, and I get it though because I don't know how to hang up a TV on my wall.
Nor do you want to try.
Nor do I want to try because you think it might fall.
Where do I sign up at?
But I see people over here at Best Buy, the Geek Squad. They charge $900 to get it, and then I see another sticker on the side that says I'll hang it up for $600. So I'm like, man, people really charging this much to hang up a TV on the wall.
That's crazy.
You get what I'm saying? So learn like some sort of trade that people want and that people need. Fixing screens. I know fixing screens is like a quick. If you could fix screens, it takes a lot of time to do. So you would have to devote time to do that kind of stuff. But if you could fix screens, man, the stores are charging $90 for this stuff. Charge $50. That's $50 fixing your friend. I'll do it for $50. They're gonna charge you $9. I'll do it for $50. You know how many people got? I got a broken screen right now. You get what I'm saying? Like learn one trade. That's all one trade you need on the side, and just keep putting that money, and then ultimately you can fund whatever dream you want. Because once you have more funds in your pocket, then you can start to be. You can sing whatever you want and not be that good and still blow up. Because you got a right PR agent, you got all that kind of stuff.
A machine.
Mm-hmm.
Today's your lucky day. Because that's exactly who I am. Where's that from? Little Rascal was that mine?
I don't remember that part.
When they think that the race car woman is a guy, AJ Ferguson.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then she's like, oh, I thought it was AJ Ferguson that was going to give us the trophy. She's like, well, today's your lucky day. Because that's exactly who I am.
I never knew what she meant by that. Now I remember her saying
That was hilarious.
Isn't it crazy when you get older?
Yeah, you start
red hair, right?
Yeah, I remember how she
red
looked.
curly locks. Was that you?
Your hair wasn't curly.
It wasn't.
It wasn't curly?
It had like a wave in it. It wasn't curly. Relax. Retract the joke.
For the guys, it was curly. For the people that are technically...
No, it wasn't curly.
It wasn't. I remember being curly.
What's her
It
name?
was just like...
What's her name?
Country singer?
Yeah.
Reba McEntire.
Yeah.
There you go. It was Reba. Anywho's it. Is that it for rejection?
I think so.
That's it for rejection. Let us know how you deal with rejection, how you honestly deal with rejection. Let us know in the comment section.
Rejected.
But.